경기장 도시형.
Welcome to Calm Before the Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the top right-hand corner, we have our blue Terran player. That is MarineKing.Prime.
Hey, he's even using his Foxer account.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, this is played now on the Korean server, so deciding to jump into his Foxer account. There you are.
Blast from the past there.
Yeah, definitely. I remember him in his pink hoodie at the qualifiers for the Open. And who is this guy? Who is Foxer?
Well, he was Boxer even back then. But
yeah.
He changed his name to Foxer.
Down here in the bottom right-hand corner is his opponent, our red Protoss player from Team Liquid, and our reigning IPL Fight Club champion. It is Liquid Hero.
Yep, I was going to say something, but I yawned right there. But not because I'm bored, but because I am no, I'm a little bit tired, maybe. Not terribly tired. I practiced really hard this weekend.
That's
it takes
good.
a lot out of you. So, yeah, Marine King versus Hero. Very cool TVP. They have spawned top versus bottom on the right side of the map. Let's get all the obvious stuff out of the way. The map is Calm Before the Storm.
Yes.
It's a great map for Protoss just because of how they can control the movement paths for the Terran army. I mean, they can use the AoE like Colossi, High Templar with Storm very, very effectively on this map, very efficiently as well. And it's also a map that is a little bit difficult to drop on, too. Terran doesn't have a lot of room to get in there and drop at kind of weird angles and then get away. You can't do that quite as easily on this map as you can on some other ones. So Protoss have been really liking this map a lot. I think Hero's got a really good chance.
Especially with these positions as well. As you mentioned, you usually want that natural exposed to you if you're going to drop. So there we go.
Yeah, that too.
And MarineKing.Prime, he is going ahead with a fast CC, so expanding first. No terrible surprise out of him. Hero, on the other hand, did decide to get his gateway going along with his gas right away. So not going Nexus first, but we'll see what he decides to move into here in a bit.
Yeah, I am wondering. Normally this is a map you see a lot of players going Nexus first on this, but Marine King is kind of known for being really, really economically aggressive when he has a chance to be on a big map like this, so Hero might be deciding to try to take advantage of that. Maybe we'll see something like a 1-gate expand or maybe even like a 3-gate expand into some pressure. It doesn't really take advantage of the largeness of the map, but you know, if he's able to catch Marine King off guard, he could do a lot of damage with it too.
Well, that's certainly a possibility, and Hero will tip his hand to us here in a bit. He's going to send one Zealot out just to take a poke around here in a bit. And
take a poke. They really do. They poke very hard.
Poke very viciously.
Blades.
Pokes that require intensive surgery, as a matter of fact. But
that's right. They're devastating pokes. I'd say. You know, Zealots always remind me of that X-Man character, Psylocke. You know, she had she do the Psyblade things on her arms too.
That's
kind of like that.
A pretty appropriate comparison, actually. So he's going to move up
got long hair
with those Psy blades and wreck face for a couple of Marines here. Unless Marine King has great control.
Oh,
letting it was funny. Ran past the probe and then decided to come back afterwards. So interesting control. Expected Hero to turn around and move down, but that's because he's putting up a fast third command center.
Very cool for Marine King. Then getting that fast CC and double gassing after that. And so the question is now, okay, so there's a Nexus from Hero, so it is a 1-gate expand. Now the big question is right now for Marine King, is he going to do something like Marine Tank Banshee like we've been seeing a lot of Terran players do lately on this map against Protoss, or is he just going to go into normal bio? Oh, this is bad though. Yeah, he's going to need to pull a lot of SCVs to defend this. Uh-oh.
All right, well, he's going after the Zealot first of all, and then he's going to turn his attention to the Stalker, but there's only one more Marine up. However, nice job surrounding by Marine King. He stops one SCV around the outside of the Stalker so that it can't go anywhere and prevents any further damage from being done.
Yep, another Stalker on the way, though, so it's not over quite yet. But Marine King should be able to hold things off, and he's going to have 3 command centers, so it's not going to be a problem for him to repair, or not repair, to replace these SCVs, really. But, trying to catch it again, doesn't quite get it.
No, and actually he's kept all of his SCVs alive, though. Now, finally, a couple of those taking some damage, but another Stalker's rallied up at the moment. This bunker is almost finished. Finally, one SCV does go down. A second falls as well, but the bunker's finished, and it looks like that is the cue for Marine King to pull back up to his base.
Yep, pretty much. He should be able to stay safe now. He'll want to raise that supply depot, too, just to prevent things from run-bys, you know, something silly like that. Back at Hero's base, so there's a Twilight Council going up. All right. So this could mean something like really quick blink. Otherwise, a Dark Shrine wouldn't be out of the question at all either. We've seen a lot of Protoss players try things like DT drops on this map, too. So we can see something like that. Oh, fast third Nexus before anything else, though.
Oh, he did see
Cool.
the construction of that next base coming up for MarineKing. So.
But he doesn't know it's the third, though.
No.
I think he can make a good assumption that it is just from the number of units that MarineKing has, but...
And the fact you had to pull those SUVs off the line, things like that. Yeah, very good point.
He should know.
And Barrick's getting a tech lab there, so we're going to have some upgrades in just a bit. Of course, MarineKing's economy is very, very good right now on a little more workers than his opponent and producing 3 at a time for now. It is indeed Blink coming up for Hero. That's right out of the Twilight Council, and 3 more gateways are on the way.
All right, so he's going to go up to 4-gate Blink. I don't believe there's any place you can really like blink across on this map, but that SCV is never going to build a barracks or a bunker or anything, really.
No, not at all.
Nope.
And we'll see another one here in a bit, but it doesn't look like MarineKing wants to risk his Marines quite yet. He does have 1 and Stim on the way, so investing very heavily into upgrades at the moment.
Well, he'll need it just to kind of survive at this point, but there will be a point in time where MarineKing can just come down the ramp and push Liquid Hero away. He'll need to kind of watch out for that, but look at this. He's going to get such a huge economy going there, producing 3 probes at once. Wow.
Yeah, and looks like MarineKing takes a couple more shots there, but Hero doesn't want to risk too much more health on his Stalkers and runs away. Yeah, MarineKing was producing 3 at a time, but you're right. 3 chrono-boosted probes at a time is a great way to bump up your economy. Workers tab suggests that both players are about even, but of course MarineKing has the benefit of those 4 mules at a time on the ground.
Yeah, another nice thing for Hero, too, is because he can kind of make a good guess that that's all of MarineKing's units, so he doesn't really need to worry about things like drop defense right now. He can just put a lot of pressure on his opponent. Oh, and he's going to go into Colossus tech right away, too. All right, cool. So he's going to maybe try to catch MarineKing off guard without a lot of Vikings. Normally, you'll see some medevacs coming out of that starport first, and if he goes for very quick Colossi, he can hit a decent timing with that.
Now we've seen.
Oh, Warp Prism. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, it is Warp Prism coming up.
I was wondering.
Now, first of
I was
all,
surprised. All right.
And we are, we've seen players like Creator go right into Double Forge and slow, methodical style. MarineKing actually is the player who's going to be taking the advantage on upgrades, as he's already started 2-2, and his opponent does not even have a Forge up at the moment. Yeah,
I'm really, really liking how MarineKing is playing this too. Just going for bio with the double upgrades. It reminds me a lot of how MMA has been playing Terran versus Protoss lately, being very, very upgrade heavy. So it's kind of cool to see that. But he is going to need to defend some aggression here. This is something that pretty much all Protoss do. Oh, but the factory sees it. They try to force field off the ramp and take out that natural expansion. But will he be successful in doing that?
Well, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of counter dropping going on here. Fastest way to get your units onto that low ground, I suppose.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, MarineKing does deflect the drop for now.
Yep. And yeah, he's not going to be able to get in there with that Warp Prism. Not going to be able to drop his opponent either, too, so they're kind of at a bit of a stalemate. Imagine if that was a factory shooting at the Sentry. Is that how cool that would look? Imagine that.
It's
imagine
pretty
that.
awesome.
Imagine it in reverse.
This tickle beam.
A factory shooting beams like a mothership. That'd be great, man.
It would basically be the best scout ever. Factory does eventually go down. Hero still has a little bit of aggression left over, so he takes out the neutral supply depots. He's building another couple
Need
of
to work it out.
I guess he does.
That's
but
right.
MarineKing has actually have 5 more barracks on the way, so he'll be up to 8 in total with just a single starport for now, but really incredible upgrades. He's going to be done with 2-2 before the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, he's going to be producing a ton of units here. And the thing is that if Hero doesn't take up MarineKing, I think Liquid's going to have a tough road ahead of him here, because they do have, other good players, obviously, but MarineKing is kind of one of those players that's a step above everyone else in StarCraft 2 right now. He's up there with like MMA and MVP and all those. So anyone that they send out to go after him is really going to have to play at their best to take him down.
And MarineKing's just finishing up his Ghost Academy as well. So, yeah, I mean, Hero, our reigning Fight Club champion. He's knocked out some great Terran players, but you're right. MarineKing's macro has really shown its strength in this game. He's going to put down a 4th before he launches an attack.
And actually expanding towards his opponent, too. All right. Interesting.
Risky, but we'll see how it works out for him. Looks like Hero sending out his first observer, and it's actually is going to see Marine King's army now following that at the moment. We'll see how Hero wants to prepare. He's got 2 Colossi sitting there. There are no Vikings on the field quite yet. Our first 2 Templar are up, however.
He should not attack here. Oh, but he catches a Templar.
Yeah.
Oh, but he has to turn him into an Archon, so they do survive. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is the best attack for Marine King here.
We'll find out. Yeah, those Colossi are actually ranging from the back with some pretty good force shields to force those units through chokes as well. Those Colossi are doing a ton of damage. However, Marine King showing his macro might, and he is still continuing to flood ahead in supply just with the sheer amount of units and upgrades he's producing.
Yeah.
So let's see if Hero can continue to defend right now, because otherwise this could turn into kind of a bad situation for him, I think, because of the way Marine King's flooding in units.
Yeah, I think the upgrade and just kind of the swarmy sort of way that Marine King is playing this is going to give him the biggest advantage against Hero. Because, yeah, Hero, he's just starting 1-1 right now, and Marine King's halfway done with 3-3. Storm isn't finished quite yet. Once it is, that'll give Hero a lot more survivability, but just the sheer upgrades are going to be insane.
Yeah, one medevac goes down as Marine King's trying to do a little bit of dropping. He's also going to attack through the front at the same time, so we'll see if he can defend this drop. Looks like he'll barely have enough, but here comes the attack through the front. A couple more good force shields. Once again, Hero doing some pretty good AoE, but it looks like Marine King just has too much stuff. Look how quickly the reinforcements are flooding in, and he's just overrunning the Colossi.
Well, this is one of those fights where it's like, well, that doesn't really make sense. How could he actually win that? And the answer is just the upgrades. It was, GG for Liquid Hero. It was 2-2 to 0-0, which is way too much to handle in a situation like that. Colossus or not, and MarineKing.Prime takes game 2.